Greetings, I am Fluffy. My real name is Jason Hoddle. I live in Santa Cruz, California, and today I am going to be bringing you a meditation with the Fluff through the tarot. A little bit about myself. I am an amputee. I lost my lower leg a couple months ago during the summer due to work-related accident and neuropathy because I'm diabetic. And I know a little bit about shadow work, neuro-linguistic programming, and how the psyche works. So every time I would be going to a bad place, I made fun of my leg. And I got through the worst of it, and I didn't walk into any trauma. And so I'm doing good. And through that entire time, I was taking a class on shadow work and tarot. Thank you, Sharon Knight and Fairy Magic, where I learned about the tarot and meditation and a number of other things. So I developed a practice based on that inspiration that I've sort of adapted that I would like to show you guys today. Um, Feel free to ask questions in the various chats. I'm going to talk for a few minutes, hoping to give you guys an opportunity to ask those questions. What I do is I choose a tarot card. I think of a question or a need that needs to be addressed. I shuffle my deck. I pull out a tarot card, and I look at the meaning of the tarot card, and I try to see how it relates to my question. And so in that sense, it really is a tarot reading, but I take it a step further. I go into sacred space. I clear the area of any negativity. Then I call on the quadrants, earth, air, fire, water, and sometimes earth. I bring in the ancestors, the descendants, and so they may be with me to protect me, to guide me, and more importantly, just for companionship, because they are the people I came into this world with, and I need their support, and they have my gratitude. So I need my posse with me. And then I go through an internal cleansing, whether I clean my chakras, I do a light meditation work, I let my attention wander or transform into whatever it needs. And then I envision myself in a room or a meadow or wherever, and then I just go down at the pathway. And I see various guides, spirits, deities, and I talk to them and I get whatever advice I need. And presently, I come to a doorway and I remember the card I was looking at, and sometimes there's more than one. And then I step through the door and I enter into the tarot card that I was looking at. And it doesn't matter what tarot card you're looking at, or it's an oracle card, whatever, it all works. You're just using this as a way to access your shadow self. And you walk into that room, that scene from a movie or the scene from a book, and you treat it like a real environment. You talk to the person. Sometimes you'll realize you're talking to your higher self. Other times it's you or someone from your dream, someone from your real life. Doesn't matter. It's all an extension of your subconscious or your higher self or something or someone. It's the person that you need to connect with to talk to source to help you move forward. At the end of the conversation, we will be gathering a ball of energy, and that person in the card will give it to you, a gift, and you will absorb that gift, that energy, that information, the solution to your question, and then we will integrate it into your aura, your meridians, and your entire being, physically, mentally, and spiritually. Then we will continue walking down the pathway, and as we walk downhill, we will slowly come back to ourselves, wake up, and see what happens next. Does anyone have any questions? Are there anything in chat? Okay, Chrisley, Ashley, Nina, Kaylin, Mary, anyone? Okay.
So we need a tarot deck, right?
If you have one available. If not, then it's easy to do this without one. Just think about your question and think of an advisor, a friend, or a relative that is a parental figure, and imagine them at the end of the tunnel and ask them to ask that question to you and provide you, to ask them that question and they can provide you with an answer. My intention is for people to get used to using tarot and using that as an instrument to talk to the higher self, because there's 78 cards in most tarot decks and you have 78 possibilities for different answers. If you use more than one card, you get more complex answers. But as I said, the tarot is an excellent tool to access your higher self and your subconscious. And I also recommend a glass of water or a cup or a bowl. And if you need them, crystals, wands, anything to focus your energy and to ground out. Okay. If there's no questions, then I will get started. Just take a couple deep breaths, settle into your chair or in your bed, or if you're standing, think a happy thought. It's your Friday. It's summertime. Puppies, ice cream, coffee, sacred circle, no more COVID. For me, nice big black wolf. Just 5 deep breaths in and out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you haven't already done so, grab a card out of your tarot deck and look at it. Take a snapshot of it with your mind. Store it away for later. You are very much welcome to keep your eyes open during this or keep them closed. There's no rule, no right or wrong way to do it. Just do as your instincts tell you. Imagine the space you are in is full of white light. You are at the center. As you breathe out, you create a bubble. With each breath, the bubble expands. Further, further. Okay. The bubble fills the room or your immediate area. All extra thoughts, negative emotions, energies, spirits, guides, everything that does not serve is asked to go outside of this sacred space. 3 deep breaths. Okay, by the east, by the powers of air, inspiration, intellect, the birds, the majestic and the funny, from the crow to the penguin. Join with us today in this space. Lend us your wings so we may fly upon your imagination and seek the wisdom of the Creator. To the south, to fire, from the dragons to the salamander, to our passion, to our anger, to our love. Join with us today with your intensity, with your strength. Be here now. Show us, allow us to see our depths, our strengths, our intentions. To the west, to water, from the whales to the jellyfish. May we ebb and flow, transmute from ice to steam, expand and contract. Lend us your fluidity so we may always adapt. Thank you. To earth, to fire, to the north, from the gnomes to the wolves, the foundation, to the groundingness, to your unchanging, supporting nature, the earth under our feet. Thank you for keeping us stable and continuous. To spirit, to the divine, to the feminine, to the masculine, and all that's in between and undefined. The core of our being, the spark, the beginning, the end, and the Alpha and Omega. We are you, you are us. Thank you. To our ancestors and our descendants, those who flow in an endless circle, be by our sides, guide us, keep us stable, and more importantly, remind us who we are always. To the aforementioned, from the elements to the divine to the spirits, guide us on our meditation today. And for those people who are watching the replay, 3 deep breaths. Imagine there is a pathway. You are at the beginning. At the end is your tarot card, the image at your head, in your head. Whether you keep your eyes open or closed, imagine you are in your happy place. Whether that is in line at a coffee place, in your bedroom, or in a field. It is your sacred space. Imagine there is a pathway, a door. This is orange. Walk to the door. Put your hand on the door. Let the energy of the orange fill your being through the center to the top. One deep breath. 2, 3. Walk through that door. You are grounded. You are present. You are ready to go through with your meditation. You walk down the hill. You turn a corner. You see a friend. It's an animal. This is your spirit guide, your totem animal. Spend a moment petting them, talking to them, opening yourself up to unconditional love. Couple deep breaths. Invite your friend to walk by your side, crawl on your shoulder, to follow you on your journey. You look around. You notice it's a wonderful day. The air is crisp. The clouds in the sky are in pretty shapes. It sparks your imagination. You feel alive. You feel amazing. Take a moment to experience gratitude, love, and joy. Allow this feeling to fill your aura and your body. And within every inhale, that energy rises above your head into a ball. As you exhale, allow that ball to dissolve and that energy just to flow over you, around you, and into you, washing away any extra negativity, any old energy patterns or frequencies. As you continue on down the path, you sense a glow, a light. As you get closer, you see someone moving towards you. You slowly realize it's simply a mirror, and the person looking at you is the best possible version of yourself. Any imperfections that you may see, that you may not like, are still there, but this person accepts them, uses them as a strength, as a definition of who they are, where they've been, and they uses it as a guide to where they want to go. For you know that their true strength is unconditional love and true acceptance. You look at them and ask a question. This question is the question that you asked of your tarot card before you drew it. And they offer to hold this in their mind as you continue on your journey. Couple deep breaths. You hold up your hand to the mirror. And then you push your hand forward into the mirror. You feel a hand clasp yours and they pull you forward. You feel a merging of minds, bodies, and spirits. You feel a shift in your thinking as your daily concerns, your joys, your fears, the definition of your earthly id, your human identity, that fades away into the background. It's still there, it's still relevant, but you now see the bigger picture, the cosmic scale, your true self, and why you're really here. You look to your side, you see your totem animal, your animal friend. They transform into being a pure light. They are a piece of your soul, piece of your spirit. They are your guide to your future lives and your past lives. You reach out a hand and thank them through gratitude for being with you through your journey from beginning to end. As you walk down the pathway, you remember in detail, fully, in a capacity that your mortal self can remember without going crazy in any way, shape, or form, what it is like to be on the other side, fully ascended, fully part of the divine. The moment passes. You continue on down the pathway. You see a cave, a grotto, or a doorway, a gateway. You stand in front of it with that question in your mind. You step forward. The doorway dissolves. You walk through. You see the image of a tarot card. You see the image of your mentor, your family, your parents, who it is you need to interact with. The symbols, the scenery of that card are active. The moment you stop to take a look, that still life becomes active. They talk to you. The scene plays out. Your higher self understands what the scene means, what it's trying to say, and how the issue, the solution that you're trying to find relates to the card. Take a few moments to let it play out as many times as you want. Time in this space is irrelevant. Presently, you understand the answer. You understand the solution. You look about the scenery. You find a real object in your mundane life sitting there. It's an apple. It's your cell phone. It's a crystal. It's whatever you need it to be. Bend down, pick it up. Know that this is an anchor to this space, to this moment. Breathe on it 3 times, from the bottom of your stomach to the top of your lungs. And put it in your pocket. Know that it will still be there when you wake up. Move through the space, through the back of the tarot card. You notice there is a little light and a shadow. Go towards that. Go out through the other side. Turn around. You see the back of your tarot card. Take a moment to breathe. Think about what you just learned. From a place of love, kindness, and gratitude. Let some energy form in front of you and will it to go towards the card and say thank you. Walk down the path. You're going downhill and you're turning a corner. Presently, you see someone standing there. You know who this is? You're very familiar with this person. You have spent a lifetime guiding this person, protecting this person, sending them love, kindness, and encouragement. You have borne witness to their trials, tribulations, and traumas, accomplishments, everything that they have ever gone through in this lifetime and in the past. Rub your hands together and keep them about a foot apart. And breathe deep up through the balls of your feet. And I'm doing this with you. And allow your hands to tingle. And with each breath, there is a little ball of light between your hands. The ball grows bigger and bigger and bigger. As it grows, we call upon the earth, the air, the fire, the water, the above, the below, the universe, the soul, the yin, the yang, the present, the past, the future. Imagine tendrils of gold light wrapping around this ball, pulling it tight, transmuting these separate energies into a ball of pure incandescence, starlight, universal and cosmic energies. Put your hands together. Bring the ball near the palm of your hands and hand it to the person in front of you. If you will this to happen, that person in front of you puts out their hand, palm facing up, and you put this ball of energy into the other person's hand. You wipe your hands, make sure that any specks of residual energy fall off, blow on your hands to dismiss it from you so they may accept it. Three deep breaths. In your mind's eye, blink 3 times and look at your hand. You're holding a ball of incandescent light. If you are willing, take this ball and push it into your heart, accepting it, mind, body, and soul. And breathe several times to allow it to flow through your body, through your chakras, and into your meridians. Walk down, turn around, walk down the pathway. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome back. Take the time you need to recalibrate, drink some water, and think whatever thoughts you need to. Nina is right. Drink all the water. Slowly, so you don't get hiccups. Unless you want hiccups. And when you are ready, feel free to speak. Any thoughts, experiences, or comments would be appreciated.
That was certainly interesting.
Mm-hmm.
The magical significance of hiccups. Oh no, it's just if I get them, I can't get rid of them.
Mm-hmm. It's a gift from the divine. It interrupts your chain of thought. So you're forced to think outside the box. And it exercises patience because you can't scare them away. So you have to physically relax to let it drain away and you could recalibrate.
My father had the ability to scare hiccups away.
He's lucky.
He did.
I actually really love that hiccups being a way for the divine to take you out of that whatever mindset or whatever thought process you have.
Mm-hmm.
I feel nice and relaxed.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. So does anyone have any questions?
I am working through my message. I think it's going to take some processing.
Yeah. Hey, Mason. Welcome.
Hey, Mason.
Hey,
Did you just get on or have you been here for a while?
I just got on. Yeah.
Oh, nuts. You're going to have to catch the replay later. But The great thing about magic and about YouTube and Facebook with videos and time, it's none of it's relevant. You could come back and watch this and bring yourself to the moment. So you could join us energetically. And when I do this sort of thing, I do it with the intention of space. Yes, we do have the technology. I do it with the space of time being irrelevant. And one of my gifts is working with portals. So we're all there doing the exercise. This is something I've been doing for a while with online meditations. And people tell me that the results is always the same. And it doesn't take $6 million. Very true. Recently, with my tarot class with Sharon Knight in her Iron Pentacle workshop, I'm hoping some people will know who she is. She was teaching an adaptation of fairy magic with tarot, and it was a year-long class, and I learned a lot how to tie in tarot through meditation. And actually, the class is wrapping up. There's one more session before the year-long class course is over, and she's going to be doing it again next year. But I learned a lot, and if there were more time, there would be a different meditation that we could do where the okay, you got a valuable message. Awesome. That is entirely the point. There's endless adaptations for this type of meditation. Ideally, if you are doing this on your own, and if you want to amplify a certain skill set, archetype, or mindset, you go through the deck, typically through the major arcana. You find a card that seems to embody the qualities that you like or you want to embody. And you do a little bit of research if you're not familiar with online to find what it actually means. And you do the meditation, however it is you want, there's no wrong way. You're interacting with source, and you step into that tarot card, and you step into that body. And you assimilate all the Caitlin, I am happy to hear that you love that idea. Thank you. So you absorb those qualities of that image. And when you do, it helps with visualization and assimilation to take that image and to assimilate. I keep using the same word over and over, but oh well. You assimilate that, you take that image and absorb it into your earthly form. So there's a full integration. So you're not dealing with separate parts of yourself that don't know how to interact. And as with any meditation, you need to clear the space. Make sure that you're grounded and centered and there's no external energies floating around that could come in with you. And do this with the set intentions. And you're also interacting with your shadow self, with your subconscious. So you're opening up the blueprints of your very existence and you're fiddling around with the baseline program. So you have to be very careful. Nina, very true. Intention is everything. And the first time I decided to mess with my blueprint, I cut out most of my pride. And I use a pair of pliers so to cut out bits and pieces of other emotions. And it was like I pulled a plant out of the landscape. It grew back, yes, because you can't get rid of your emotions, but you can change how they express themselves. And the plants surrounding it grew in to fill in that space. So when my pride tried to grow back, it was being partly snuffed out by my other emotions. And the one that overtook it was my snark and sarcasm. I lucked out, and that turned into an asset because when I lost my lower leg, I used that as a strength. Let's see. I'm going to open it up for questions in a little bit. Nina, can you do me a favor and type in my web address? It's fluffyj.com.
And that's FLUFFY. And is that J spelled out, JAY, or just the letter J?
JAY.com.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, that's my website. The landing page introduces me as a tarot reader. It has all my contact info for readings, my social media, and a number of other things. Thank you. So that makes it easy to reach out to me for questions. For the next month, and this is the end, this is what, September 24th?
25th.
25th. Yeah, so I am currently in a rehab center, still healing from my leg. So I have a lot of time on my hands, and I'm open for questions, readings, or just general advice. So feel free to reach out. But back to what I'm saying. One of my specialties is addressing trauma. And when I lost my leg, the Corellian Nativist tradition was releasing a tarot deck on Kickstarter through the Infinite Tarot. And I had a tarot card made that depicts my... Okay, that's awesome. Yes, I do use the Wildwood Tarot. Thank you for saying that. Yeah, I'm excited with the Wildwood Tarot because it's my favorite. Is part Oracle, and the cards are slightly out of sync with the standard Rider-Waite. So when I do readings, I have to do a little translation to make it all work. But it's a great deck, and it's always right. But back to the card I had made. It's called the Fluffy, and it's an image of a three-legged wolf standing there at the edge of a cliff with a hospital band still around his wrist on the front leg, and he's missing the back leg, and behind him is a crutch and a pair of clothing. So I learned the lessons from my tarot class to use tarot as a transmutation. And what I learned in the past by working with Create Deity, yes, that is exactly what I had made for the Kickstarter, the Fluffy. And the image I'm using as my own is labeled Fluffy, but the card that's in the deck that's going to be made available is called the Fluffy. I'm not going to adopt that final image until I actually have the card in my hand, as I'm paying tribute to Don Lewis and the Corellian tradition. But the card I had made was a symbol of my transformation, transmutation, and moving forward on my own God-given feet. And as you know, you can't move forward on one foot as a human, but if you see a three-legged animal, they can move just fine. So this is my declaration to the universe that all is well, and that I am the magician, I am the fool, and I will move forward under my own power with all the tools I need. And I chose this medium because a number of years ago, when I was going to PantheaCon, I hope some of you know what it is. It's a pagan event that was around for quite a while. On a day where I was embodying my higher self, someone painted my portrait. Thank you, Nina. I do appreciate that. You know exactly what I'm talking about. That's a big help. They took a portrait of me that day, and I realized my higher self. Oh, thank you, Nina. I realized my higher self was locked and placed in that picture. So I wrote down on the back of that picture my day and a story, and I asked the energy to stay there. So I have a living, breathing manifestation of my higher self hanging on the wall. That actually is with me every day. That's a reminder of who I am, what is I'm doing, and why, and what my purpose is. And this cuts through all the bullcrap I am going through on a daily basis. And I find it quite empowering. When my tarot card gets ready, I'm going to get a blown up picture of it, and it's going on my wall, and it's going to have a story on there. And the tarot card, what the story behind the card is slightly different than what happened. What actually happened was I had a work-related accident and diabetic neuropathy, and I didn't know I was injured, so I ignored it for a while. But the tarot card, the description says I ran into a hungry wolf, and all I had to offer up was my leg. And he traded me, and he showed me how to transmute and move forward so I could be happy. And then I took on his image as a guest to honor him and his knowledge. And that in itself is a tribute to God, the creator. And when I need to interact with create deity on a personal level to visualize properly, it is Hecate and Odin. And Odin hung from a tree to gain knowledge. And I learned who I am and how to access my higher self. And then in the process, my foot went bad, and I gave that up as gratitude, as faith that everything will be okay. And I made the right decision. And it's one I do not regret. So does anyone have any questions, comments?
Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
It was extremely interesting. Thank you.
You're very welcome. And I stopped doing this when I had my first surgery in March, but I try to do meditations on a regular basis. On Fridays, almost consistently, I run something called the Fluff Box through the Corellian membership hub, where a number of us get together and we chat through Zoom. And that's from 6 o'clock Pacific time for a couple hours. Anyone and everyone is welcome to join. I adopted the two maxims from the Corellian tradition: open heart, open mind. As long as those two are respected, anyone is welcome to join. And that is a weekly event available through the membership hub. So join us, hang out, and as a rule, whenever I am on there or doing a meditation, I am open to be doing tarot, doing medium work, or just downright spiritual stuff with the Akashic records. My goal is to help the healers heal, the leaderships to become inspired, and to fortify the warriors. So ask for your help and I will deliver. The spirit knows what it's doing, and I am simply the channel. Nothing I do. Oh, thank you, Nina. It's very much appreciated. Nothing I do is things I do on my own. I do it because the universe needs people doing it. And that is my purpose. That is my joy. And that is what I want to do. And that's actually my act of empowerment. This is how I heal. This is how I get better. And when I have a bad day, I go online and I find someone to help, and someone always pops up. Sometimes I wind up getting helped, but it's all as the creator intends. We have about 10 minutes left. Oh, CorellianWeebly.com. Thank you. Still no questions? No one's on Facebook or YouTube? Okay. If that's the case, then for anyone that's hearing this, feel free to reach out to me through my Facebook. You could easily look me up on Facebook. It's Jason Hoddle with the parenthesis Fluffy next to it. Same spelling, so it's easy to find. And I'm the only one with the nickname Fluffy next to it. So yeah, super friendly. I don't bite
Hey,
unless it's
Fluffy,
yeah.
you haven't mentioned your TikTok project.
Oh
Oh
no.
yeah.
Oh no.
Thank you. Oh no, yeah, I started this 2 days ago using the Tarot of Hecate. I started doing. Oh, thank you. I started doing daily tarot cards using Baxter, and this was 2 days ago. And meet Baxter, Mr. B. Hello, woof woof. And my TikTok handle is with the fluff. And I've only had 2 videos on it. I'm going to do a third one today, and it's using the Tarot of Hecate. Since it's only a minute long, I do a short spiel about who I am, and I tell you what the card is about. Then I tell you where to find my actual tarot stuff. But it's all there, and I have a group on Facebook called With the Fluff, where I post memes and other healing modalities that I run across, and the occasional shadow work. And there's a lot of people involved in that, and it's a safe space for people to come to heal and laugh. And I invite anyone there to post any of the relevant content. Mostly
dank
it's just,
memes.
yes, and memes. I'm a punster. I was raised by reading Pierce Anthony's books. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I was raised by reading Pierce Anthony's The Xanth series, and all he did was make jokes about everything. So that is my healing modality as I move forward. I'm not happy unless I'm making someone laugh. And every time I make someone smile or groan in frustration when I make a pun, I get a nickel deposited into a bank account. I am told when it hits critical mass, I'm going to be given access to that account. And there is $1,575.25. And Mason Ingram claims to know where the account is, but he won't tell me where it is.
No, I just deposit a lot of nickels.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
I've got a question. What is your go-to tarot spread?
oh
What's
yeah,
your favorite one?
it's one that I developed intuitively. Usually when I personally do tarot, I don't do an actual spread like the Celtic Cross or anything. It's a conversation. So we keep on asking questions, and I'm responding to spirit. And so it's just one card at a time. And usually the card I just drew confirmed what I just said or what the other person just said. So it's constant validation. And I put one card down, then next 2 cards is then in front of that. So it's 1 card, 2 cards, 3 cards, 2 cards, then 1 card. Then when I'm done, I look at the first card, the middle card of the reading, and the last card. And that's the center of the issue, kind of like past, present, and future. And then to extrapolate on those cards, I look at the surrounding cards. Then I draw 4 more cards that represent earth, air, fire, and water, passion, grounding, inspiration, and fluidity. That gives instructions on how someone to move forward. And I don't focus on the future all that much. I focus on solutions and spiritual work and shadow work to help bring a person into alignment with themselves and who they are. I figure if we focus on that, they are doing their own healing. So they could find their own solutions. And this sticks a lot more thoroughly than me telling them what's going to happen. I have been known to pull information out of the ether, like if someone is sick or if there's a pregnancy in the family, or keywords or events that are important to them that are incredibly positively triggering in a very healing manner. And I do this deliberately to prove that I know what I'm doing, but that's not the point. And when I work with people, and if it's person to person, I give them a piece of selenite. And that's an incredibly healing stone.
All right, we're gonna have to go ahead and wrap up. Thank you so very much,
Mhm.
Fluffy. We really appreciate you being
you,
here
Nina.
with us.
Okay. Well, as always, I am Fluffy. Gotta love me. Please love me. And Baxter says, bye, woof woof.